Motherfuckers.
This guy's live.
Oh!
Let me go ahead and get this switched up real quick just in case. To all. Alright.
We're live.
I don't
We're
expect
back.
any of y'all to be up in this bitch because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, but we just finished our latest trip through the 20th dimension
Back at it again with the no hair.
with Misfits and Magic.
That's right.
Oh, we got, who's it? Doyen. Woo woo.
We actually have somebody.
Yeah,
Doyen's in
Doyen's
this bitch.
he's a fucking real one.
Oh,
There's
Lee.
2 people in here.
I bet you the other one's
Second
JPC.
person.
I told him we were going live. Who else is in here? Roll call in the fucking chat. Anyways, whoop whoop, welcome back to LHRPG.
Get in the fucking comments!
We are the little Hellraisers, and we're gonna talk to you about our little foyer into the 20th dimension. Before we get started, I want to give a big ass shout out to Abria Iyengar, who came up with this adventure. And now we're gonna go ahead and introduce our magical misfits. So, Jade, who'd you play?
I played Kay Tanaka. Well, Karen Tanaka. She went by Kay. She's a Chinese emo bitch who wants to be a dark witch. And she fucked a bitch up!
And your character ability was.
My aura was pink. And my ability was called Elemental Empath. The weather around Kay changes based on her mood. Once she learns to control this, it may come in handy. And that it did once I realized what I could do.
Alright, Wilbur, you're next. Who'd you play and what was your
I
ability?
played as Whitney Jammer, and my aura was red, even though we didn't get to see it a lot. I didn't catch a lot of spells, unfortunately.
We'll go into why.
And my aura was team player. I was able to use my own luck score to influence the rolls of others, sacrificing my luck to improve my team.
Where's the newbie?
Don't worry about it. And I gained advantage on my next roll whenever I did that, which just meant I gained an advantage token, because I didn't end up using it that much. At least, the advantage.
He was the jock archetype. Other players who are not here right now, Greenie was playing Kyle Bennett. I'm not on camera, am I?
AKA.
Greenie was playing Kyle Bennett, aka Roach. Who else is in it? Level Up. Oh, what's that say? Alright, you're gonna have to get out of here with that free Diddy shit.
What?
I said free Diddy.
Man, you crazy.
I don't even know what the rest of that fucking language
I
is,
don't
bro.
either. The only thing I recognized was the word free Diddy.
Winter said hi. Hi, Winter.
Hi, Winter. So,
I don't know who Winter is,
Kyle
but welcome.
Bennett, aka Roach, the stoner archetype kid. His ability was Animal Affinity. He had a green aura. Animal Affinity allows him to communicate with and summon animals.
Winter said hello.
Hello, Winter. Good to see you. We are the little Hellraisers.
Y'all shout out whoop whoop to Winter.
So, next after him, we had the new guy who doesn't have a stage name, and you guys know how I feel about tabooing.
We'll call him the newbie for now.
So, the newbie played Samantha Butler, who was a pretty popular YouTuber with a purple aura. Her ability is called Power of Persuasion, so she basically got advantage on all social checks. And then the last one was my boy Nexus, co-founder of LHR, playing Evan Kelp, who's basically like
Down. Get down.
this is essentially a parody of Harry Potter. Okay, and so Evan's deal was, imagine Tom Riddle if he didn't want to become Voldemort. That's Evan Kelp. My from is
China.
Type.
Okay.
Are they trying to say they are from China?
Maybe. Are you saying you're from China and you just like can't speak English very well? I'm not trying to be rude. Trying to make
trying to
sure I
understand our
understand what you're saying. Winter said yes.
I don't think that question was directed to you, man.
All right. Anyway,
That might have been in response to us talking about doing a Harry Potter game.
that could have been.
Evan's ability is I'm not evil. with a black aura.
Wait, that's what it's called?
It's called I'm Not Evil. Evan can allow his shadow to take over, granting him more power, but also making him a passenger in his own body. Once he learns to control it, he will be able to merge with the shadow, which you guys saw, allowing him to use the power and call the shots.
So it's like the Venom thing.
Mm-hmm.
So basically like when Eddie Brock lets Venom have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, who wants to go up first with their intro scene?
Let Wilbur.
Wilbur. Yeah, you were the first one we started with, weren't you?
Wilbur the guy, not the pig.
Let's give Wilbur the floor.
So for my intro scene, basically, what it was is he ran me through as a jock character.
Oh my God.
I have a thing. My character had a thing for basketball. So that's what I was doing in my intro scene. I was playing a game. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, as I'm doing layup drills, Bird hits the window. I got to go outside and check what's going on.
It's like a fucking window.
I get outside, see an
none
owl.
of your teammates saw it.
No one else saw it but me, so I went outside to check it.
I don't know how they didn't hear it.
Magic.
But
Magic.
it was an owl and I had a letter. I still got the letter in my pocket.
Yeah,
It
do
was
you?
basically, no, I don't anymore. 'Cause I
Oh,
think
no.
Tyler stole it. I think she stole it. The little one.
Goober butt.
You remember what it basically said, though.
No, I don't. It
Okay.
essentially it was a
British
acceptance
genuine
letter
shit.
from fake Hogwarts.
Galpenny.
God, but whatever.
Acceptance letter to Galpenny
Yeah.
Academy of Arcane Arts.
Full disclosure, when you were telling me about the game over the phone,
Mhm.
I thought you were saying Gal Penny.
I did too when I first watched it until I started taking my notes and saw how it was spelled.
And I was like, Gal Penny, okay. And then
Gal.
I seen it and I was like, the fuck?
Gow. G-O-W. Oh, we got more? Oh.
Are you?
First one move is gay.
Well, I move first, so ain't that something?
Why are you smoking alive? Because you can't smoke when you're dead. Dumbass.
Okay, so first things first, we two are grown adults. We smoke on this
Hey.
channel.
He's an adult too.
Oh, fuck. That's right. I feel old.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's crazy.
Like he just became legal.
I feel old, man. Stop growing.
Oh.
Anyways, we're grown adults. We smoke on this channel. Secondly, yes, some of us are part of the LGBT. I'm half gay.
Okay.
Don't hate on it.
Isn't Wilbur half gay too?
Are you half
Where did
gay?
you get this information from? I think somebody's lying to
From
you.
some asshole whose name starts with an A.
I think somebody's lying to you, buddy.
Oh, you're full gay?
Oh.
But we
I
don't
went down
we
that
don't
road,
hate
I
on
didn't
the
like it.
gays. One of
Same.
Yeah.
our biggest
One of our best friends is trans.
one of
Come
our
on.
biggest followers and best friends is transgender. So if you gonna hate on the gays, go bye bye.
Yeah, and he'll tell you to your face. Shout out to SQ right off of camera. We're
Hi,
live.
gorgeous.
Ooh,
Doll.
don't fall.
Oh.
Anyways, your intro.
You should take this off.
Is he done?
Yeah, he's been done.
I didn't have that long of an intro.
So, I was in a Twitter feud. What were we arguing about?
Oh,
It was WandaVision.
yeah, he was talking about, he was proposing the idea that Wanda was the villain of the series.
And I
even
was
though
like,
he
you-
had only seen like the first episode and then some theory videos.
I was like, you can't watch the first 5 minutes of the first episode of a show and think you know it all. And he said something, I was like, you can't go based off of Matt Pat theories.
Yeah, he's like, I watched the Matt Pat video.
So then,
Shout out to Matt Pat, by the way. We miss you, homie.
for real, come back. So he sends he sent a link to the definition of theory. So I sent him a link to the fucking Agatha All Along jingle from WandaVision.
Spoil Central.
Which, fun fact, are you ever gonna watch WandaVision?
Probably not.
Fun fact, that argument, he was both right and wrong. And so while I'm in this Twitter feud,
This heated debate.
bird flies up to my window. That was the Windex style one because it tried to fly into my room and just.
Because it didn't see the glass.
Yeah. And
all the birds are owls, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned.
Yeah. So I open the window, I get the letter, and as I'm reading it, my mom starts trying to come in the room. So I panicked, and she's like, "What's that?" As I'm shoving it under, I'm like, "It's porn!" And then I threatened my dad after she passed out. That was so fun.
It was great.
That was hilarious. We had a lot of laughs from jump.
I knew we were gonna.
Right. You want to explain the other guys? Well, we'll take turns. It's down to just me and you
I
now.
want to save Evan for last. Because I think, other than Wilbur, I think Nexus had the most fun with his character. Because he actually played Brennan's character.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with mine. I just didn't do as much as I normally do.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like a big save the world mission this time.
Right.
It was pretty local.
And usually when we do one-shots, I don't get to play one-shots with this crew very often. So I end up having to take on more of a load than most
because Strife never shows up.
Yeah,
we love you, Strife.
And Tink usually nominates me as group leader. So whenever I do get to do a one-shot with this group, I do enjoy sitting back and letting either Nexus or Wilbur take the lead.
Oh, yeah.
It's always more fun that way.
Wilbur got kind of forced into being the leader in this one.
Newbie!
So,
you want to come talk about your character?
I'm really cold out there. So, the newbie here played Sam Butler. And when we open on her, she's in the middle of filming a YouTube video. Actually, I think she was live streaming, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, she was live streaming.
Wasn't it a Q&A?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Q&A.
Here, do you want to step in front of the camera and give us a rundown of your intro?
This
is the newbie.
Newbie. Hello. Hello.
He doesn't have a stage name yet, so he's the newbie.
So you're whiter.
And basically just live streaming through the whole thing. My character's a little freak.
What you
Tell
mean?
them.
Hey guys, character's a little freak for who she is and what she is.
Sup, guys,
Yeah.
from Bill Jensen. How you doing, Bill?
It's cold out here, guys. I'm gonna go back inside. It's cold.
You want me to take over?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know
I'm
that
cold.
means every one of Newbie's followers now knows about the Wizarding World?
Yeah.
What?
You were live
you
streaming
totally-
the whole
you
fucking
totally-
letter and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You totally broke a whole bunch of magical secrecy laws.
Yeah, so every one of your followers now knows
I don't
the
want to
Wizarding
hear
World
it. You
exists.
had Theo filming a fucking Scuppers game.
I did.
Which we'll get to that too. Who's... Oh, yeah. Reported. Reported for what, motherfucker? Report me. I don't know if you know this, bro, but when people come on this channel talking shit, we talk shit back.
It's been that way since day one.
Especially since we're not monetized, there's not really much you can do.
And guess what? We're fucking good at
This
it.
is a hobby.
Let's see. Public smoking. Is that against the law to smoke in public?
I'm pretty sure that's not even against YouTube guidelines right now.
It's not.
No, it's not. I've seen the guidelines.
It's 40, feels like 36. Bro, right?
I'm telling you. It's
Feels good out here, man.
That's why I got this fucking coat on. I can't be showing off my threads and shit. Anyways, nope. Thank you, Bill. Please subscribe if you're not already. We're trying to bump that break 100 subs thing. We're almost there. We're in the 90s. We just need
Shout
a few
out
more.
to Nexus.
Shout out, yes, co-founder. Shout out to Bill. He's
Guys,
being
it's gotta
pretty
be
cool.
cold in that
Done.
area, man.
Oh, he's in Wyoming. We're in Arkansas.
It's fucking
We're
cold.
doing
But-
their world tour right now.
Oh, is that...
I'm allergic to the smoke. Can you put it out, please? No, because it doesn't travel through airwaves. So,
Unfortunate.
anyway, back to Sam. Sam is doing her live stream, Q&A, answering fucking politically charged questions. And that's when her owl shows up. And let's just say Sam is a bit of a perv for a 16-year-old.
Bill Jensen said, still ha ha ha. Or shit ha ha ha, I'm offended.
Just a little.
Sam was a bit of a perv. Okay,
A
we
lot of a
opened up
perv.
with Sam establishing that she has a 14-inch black dildo that she calls Sirius Black.
Nobody understood our Harry Potter references.
No, I told you they weren't gonna.
But it was so great.
I didn't even understand.
Half of the comedy was them not understanding references.
And the other half was his character not understanding references.
Or pretending to not know magic was real so he didn't look like a nerd.
like denial
So,
of the river in Egypt.
basically
my
they
God.
all get the same letter. So she's like, yeah, okay, I'll go to this private ass school. Greenie, Kyle, Roach, whatever we're gonna call him, he
Yes, it apparently.
What?
Apparently.
What does it say?
does it go all in? Yes, because we'll get to it in a minute, but there was a scene we did where in order to stay on her broom and not fall off, she mounted it and sat on that bitch, you know, like when you sit on a bike with no seat type,
Oh my god.
and
Put it
rode
this
around
way,
like that.
She definitely rode that broom, and I got dripped on.
So Kyle met his owl while selling weed out back of his high school.
Oh yeah.
And
Gotta
actually
love a good
started
drug
talking
deal.
to it. That's how he found out he could talk to animals. That was his ability.
Gotta love a good LA drug deal.
Evan, he's the last one. Nexus was playing Evan. Evan Kelp is a emancipated minor who has been bounced around from foster home to foster home damn near his entire life because no one will keep him because he's got this fucking thing, which we'll get to it, but a lot of bad shit happens around him.
We finally understand why he's had such a shitty life.
Like, he had a very sad life. No one wanted him. He didn't have any friends. Animals don't fuck with him.
but now he
he was on
has
his own.
friends and a fan
So he's
club.
walking in fucking Millersburg, Iowa,
right
down a
back.
fucking highway by himself
Oh,
when his
God.
bird shows up. Yes. What?
Nexus is going to bed.
Well, I'll be gone before you wake up, so come here. I love you. Thanks for playing. I hope you had fun.
I'll be right back.
But his owl actually kind of had a reaction to him
Yeah.
that y'all's never had.
Yeah.
You want to go into that? So I'm not the
I
only
didn't
one
pay
out here
attention.
talking. You didn't pay attention.
Again, I
So
zone out whenever my character's
when the
not
owl,
involved.
you guys, all your owls had like the normal golden ringed
Yeah.
eyes. So they were reacting like very bird-like. His had jet black eyes. Had to. But they get the letters. They all get this little pellet that it barfs up, which is going to teleport them to the magical world.
All had very different reactions picking up the pellet.
In Abria's group, Brennan, the one playing Evan, ate his whole pellet. Like swallowed it down. He goes,
God.
Evan lives on stale bagels from the bakery dumpster. He can handle this.
Oh God.
TMI
Yeah,
LMAO.
that's a while ago.
I'm digging Bill. He's awesome.
Hey, he's chilling with it.
He's
I
awesome.
like
He's
this
a
guy.
real one. Shout out to Bill, man. So you guys all crush your pellets and appear in what I say, Verdict Alley instead of
Verdict
Diagon
alley.
Alley,
Verdict alley.
because in diagonal and vertical.
Yeah.
So they pop up in essentially the parody's version of Diagon Alley. They call it Verdict Alley, and they have to do a shopping trip to get supplies for. Oh, are we
Welcome
back? Are we
We're
back?
back. He was mid-story.
Yeah.
Intro.
They cut us off. YouTube's coming for me, y'all. Anyway, so they're basically told that they have to get a wand, a broom, and a familiar, and the rest of your supplies are provided by the school, clothing and everything, and then catch the train in the morning to the school. It keeps cutting.
We good? All right.
We apologize for these difficulties, y'all.
Don't know why it's doing that. All right. Oh,
Do you think maybe we should move that a little closer to the wall?
we probably should.
With somebody?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, since you're
Thank you.
closer. I'll pick up talking.
That's why I'm
Huh?
Shut the fuck up, Mike. All right, are we still in the shot? Okay.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, but you'll have to talk louder.
I can
because
just get
they don't
closer.
pick us up that far.
Right. So,
They-
all right. So to those still watching, and to those new to the stream, welcome. We are on the portion of where we started getting all of our stuff for the school year.
If we were still in the shot.
I've been told to go first and tell what my familiar was. It was just my basketball.
It wasn't just your basketball.
It was the air inside of my basketball.
Explain what happened
The,
with that.
You
the
were
air
very bad
became
at
sentient.
this. You're very bad at this.
There was a lot of information that I took in.
Okay, essentially,
Yeah,
while
roll
he's
out of my
trying to
bag.
find an animal, his basketball came to life. And revealed
SQ
itself
off
to
camera.
be his familiar. So I thought that fit pretty well for
Did you
your
ever pay me back?
character.
I forgot about it. You didn't ask.
Sister,
Brother.
familiar talk. You gotta get in the frame.
I'm getting up.
I'll let you take my place. I'm tripping. I almost died.
So, my brother.
I mean my juggalo juice.
My brother told me ahead of time, he was like, I'm not going to tell you what your familiar is. All I'm going to say is, as a player, you're going to love it. Your character will hate it.
Was I right?
You were absolutely fucking right.
Oh, back off.
Constantly wanting to cause violence, jokes about self-harm, hardcore emo bitch. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I fuck with Bill.
What do you say?
Read it. Read that.
Read that out loud real quick, sis. From Bill.
I said, Fago, fuck Mountain Dew.
Whoop whoop.
Hold up. Hold up. Look out. Pull that.
Ready?
Yep. Whoop whoop.
He's our forward.
Okay, continue.
So, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the mythical section and look for the most scary, monstrous, biggest beast I can find, because that's what you would expect for a bitch like me, right? I got, straight out of a Disney movie, a talking chipmunk dressed in a purple tuxedo
With the top hat.
with a top hat who smokes a pipe. So, like, while I'm checking out these horrifying, monstrous, magical beasts, this little chipmunk climbs up to my shoulder and goes, "Hey, what's my name?"
Really trying to take us off the air here. Who's this new guy?
I'm like, all right, what do you want your name to be? He goes, Theodore. I said, all right, I'm going to call you Theo. What?
My vagina voted for Trump. All right, that's funny, so I'm going to give you a pass. I just want to let it be known, we normally don't talk about politics or religion on this channel.
Got me rolling. That's an achievement.
That was great.
All right.
Oh, who said that? What's Monarch Rescue? Shout out to Monarch Rescue. That had me roll. Sam got. What did Sam? Wilbur. Sam got a little
Not
bitty
this
pink piglet
Wilbur.
Not me.
that she named after the pig in Charlotte's Web.
And, oh my goodness, Wilbur gave me such shit. Because we're sitting at the table and newbie goes, "What's the name of that pig off that movie?" I said, "Babe." He goes, "No, the other one." We're like,
I
"Are you
said
talking about
Babe,
from
too.
Charlotte's Web?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't remember the pig's name." And Wilbur goes, "Really?
I was like, it's Wilbur.
The number of jokes you've made."
She was very disappointed.
I know.
So, yeah, Sam got the little piglet, about the size of a fucking chihuahua.
About the size of my daughter, actually.
Yeah, Kyle got a big raven, which is cool because, like you, he can.
With
We're
mine,
back on.
he's a talking chipmunk. Everyone can hear him. With Roach, which is Greenie's character, his ability was to communicate with and summon animals, so he was the only one who could understand his familiar.
Yeah. And then Evan,
Didn't get one.
because
He already had one.
So Evan starts trying to get close to the animals to see if one comes up to him, and they immediately start trying to back away from him out of fear,
Puking up blood.
puking up blood. And that's when the shopkeep does like this little magical examination thing and realizes that he has a shadow demon attached to him, which is acting as his familiar.
I think I was the only one to pass the check to notice that he didn't have a shadow coming off of his body.
Yeah, apologies. I only passed 3 of the notice things check.
You still got to check for it though.
Yeah, you got it eventually. It just took all fucking night.
Wilbur had some horrible rolls.
He really
starting
did.
off.
I thought he was gonna end up putting his dice in dice jail.
So we had the basketball, the chipmunk, the pig, the raven, and the shadow.
Yep.
Those are the 5 familiars.
And the shadow is the only one of the familiars that the whole group didn't get to see, that nobody actually saw.
You guys,
Evan just heard him.
you guys, well, you did get to see him when he merged with him.
Yeah, but we didn't see it on its own.
Yeah, it was like a venom type deal.
Yeah. It's like we didn't see the symbiote, we just saw Venom.
Right. So I believe you guys also ran into a couple of classmates while you were in Vertic Alley.
Fuck that bitch.
Who wants to talk about them?
What the fuck's her weird ass name? Latula?
Tallulah.
Tallulah.
Alright, so basically we had Tallulah, Bigby, and Fergus. We all know who they are. Hermione, fucking Harry Potter, and Ron.
I got Ron Weasley drunk.
No, you got Fergus Pond drunk.
Same fucking thing.
She got the parody Ron drunk.
Does that mean every, so often, a trio identical to Harry, Ron, and Hermione comes across the school?
No.
Just one.
There's only one Harry Potter, which is why I didn't name him
He's
Harry
the
Potter.
boy who lived.
There was, in the other group, they were trying to figure out what all they knew and didn't know. And Erica goes, alright, hang on, let's get some Billie Eilish. And Philtrum goes, no, we have a Billy Frumsha. She's right over there. This is great. So,
How do you pay bills? What are those?
they didn't know anything.
No.
Did we figure that out before or after you got to the school?
What?
About how much shit they didn't know?
Both. Like, we kept making
about just
comments
stick to-
all throughout.
Stick to references that they didn't get in Vertic Alley, 'cause we haven't got to the school yet.
We were at the headmistress met us there.
Mm-hmm.
Jane Lynch, bitch,
She looks like Jane Lynch if she dressed like McGonagall.
and was British.
McGonagall's British too.
Just as snarky and bitchy, though.
Yeah.
But she told us that we were in Vertic Alley instead of Diagon Alley. So I made a joke. I was like, so we've heard of Diagon Alley and this is Vertic Alley. Where's Horizon Alley? And she just was like, what? Because they don't know fucking shapes and angles and shit.
No, they know shapes and angles and shit. The fact is, you were referencing a Harry Potter thing she had never heard
I was
of.
referencing the fact that it sounds like vertically.
I know that, but you have
I want to mention.
compared it to Diagon Alley.
I want to mention, while they're out of frame slightly, it was established pre-game that Harry Potter exists as a book
Yes.
series.
And a movie series.
As a matter of fact, in my character's information, one of her things was she writes fan fiction online about Gravity Falls, WandaVision, and Harry Potter.
They were doing, they were in, and they're like, well, what's gonna happen? And she goes, well, you know, I'm guessing like we get our supplies and then we go to this magical school and we have grand adventure. And Philip goes, are you a divination specialist? And she goes, no, I read Harry Potter. And she goes, what?
Dude, I made a fucking Vampire Academy joke too when we got to the school. And we were all cracking jokes about how Hogwarts was bigger. I looked at the school and I was like, less Hogwarts, more St. Vladimir's Academy.
So they catch the train, they get to the school, and they meet the sorting plinth.
Oh, we're missing something in Vertic Alley.
What are we missing?
Where I scared old bitch. Fucking Tallulah or whatever.
When you taunted her?
Yeah.
We're missing several.
They were being condescending
help
as
us out?
fuck. So, first of all,
Yeah, they're the heads of the hero house, but they act like Slytherins.
First of all, we go to get our wands and get roofied. I'm convinced we got roofied because we go to walk into the wand shop, and then all of a sudden, without any recollection of what happened, we're all standing back outside holding boxes with our plain Jane basic wand sticks and bags of gold coins with sticky notes on them. And I immediately, you mean we got fucking roofied? Everybody check your orifices. Make sure we didn't get violated. And Newbie goes, mine's been hanging open for a while.
Number 2 on that is when we got to the broom shop to get our flying brooms, which don't exist because magic doesn't exist.
We should go ahead and mention the fact that Whitney went through almost the entire game adamant about the fact that magic wasn't real while attending a magical school.
While doing magic.
To be fair, toward the end, he did make it be known that he was faking his disbelief.
Like, at one point
But
at the broom shop, he made a comment about magic's not real. I'm like, dude, you are buying a flying broom. Your basketball just came to life and flew around you.
But in the middle of everyone arguing in the broom store, I grab one and just leave.
Yeah, and what did you grab?
I grabbed a push broom.
Just so you guys know, the push broom was not on a shelf. It was leaned up against a wall because it was the janitorial push broom.
You stole from a janitor.
Too bad.
Hey, it worked. It worked. It flew on that bitch.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, it didn't.
Stop denying.
Magic isn't real? Because brooms don't fly. That's
No.
what, it was a flying Segway, remember?
Yeah.
'Cause
But-
I don't think he ever sat on that bitch.
He had us roll a notice stuff check. And I think I was the only one that passed that one too.
Yeah, you passed a lot of shit.
I
that
failed
no one
every
passed.
single one of them in the beginning.
Yeah, I was the only one that passed it to realize that they were being condescending as fuck, and it pissed me off. So I can't remember what I said.
I don't either.
But
It was some dark shit.
yeah. But I think it was something along the lines of, if you ever talk to my friends like that, talk to them like that again, I'll slit your fucking throat in your sleep or some shit like that. And they were like, no, that was later. That was later. Yeah. That was during our dual class.
Is there any way I
We're
can
gonna
get
have to move
past
that temporarily so he can get through and then move it back.
Sorry to ruin.
Hold on, guys.
I gotta go inside.
Are you bailing out or coming back?
I don't know yet. I might go sit down.
Okay.
All right, we'll pick up.
Y'all got this.
Big shout out to Wilbur, y'all.
Your speciality. Just stop forgetting stuff.
Right? But, I scared the fuck out of her. So we get to the school, we're cracking jokes about how small it is.
I'm gonna close this door so the cat doesn't run out.
Okay. We go inside. And we went to the sorting ceremony, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went to the sorting ceremony.
And it wasn't a hat.
It wasn't a hat. But it wasn't all of us either. We didn't each get to be sorted. Whitney went up. Didn't he say some snarky shit?
Yeah. And the plinth goes, see, here's the thing. I was going to put you in Monsanto because you're very smart. But then you fuck up and say dumb shit in your head and...
So, we ended up getting sorted into basically the Hufflepuff house.
Goat house. Everyone throw up your goat horns.
One horn.
My thumb caught it. Throw up your goat horns.
Goat horn.
Mess with the goat, get the horns.
But
They were the greatest of all time.
so we all get these robes with fucking yellow trim, and we're like, ew.
Fun, you want to hear another fucking... This is a Lou line.
What?
He was playing Whitney. Okay? And they got sorted and they go to sit down and Bigby calls him over. I keep saying Digby. That's fucking Greeny's mom in Fantasy Hut.
Yeah.
Bigby calls him over and basically is like, you're supposed to be in our house. And he goes, we can get you on the Scuppers team. And he goes, does Goat House have a team? And they're like, well, yeah, every house has a team, but we're the ones that like win. And Lou goes, yeah, we'll see about that. Why don't you go hang out on a fucking island, my guy? Goat House! Runs back, and then he gets back with his buddies, and he looks at Evan and goes, I just told Bigby to suck it.
No, so if y'all don't know already by now, we love College Humor, aka Dropout.
More specifically, Dimension 20.
Yeah, but one of our biggest people that we love on there is Brennan Lee Mulligan.
I have two, and it's Brennan and Lou. They're the perfect duo.
But Brennan, back when Dropout was College Humor, they did a skit called The Noble Knight, where Brennan Lee Mulligan played Sir John Doe, defender of the basic, champion of the plain, and he made an appearance tonight. Why don't you tell them about that, brother?
Yeah, I basically, you know how in Harry Potter, the portraits have like characters that can talk and interact with students and shit. So basically what I did was copy pasted the Normal Knight into one of these portraits, and he was the one guarding Chimeron House.
And the password for him was missionary. I didn't get that until the end
Really?
when I actually thought about it. When I made a comment about it, it's because I wasn't paying attention for a while and it had just clicked in my head.
Oh. So why don't you tell them the password and why it was funny?
The password was missionary because in the Noble Knight sketch, Brennan's
He's
going off on
basically
trap and
glorifying everything basic.
Yeah, and at the end, they're like, a basic person's interest is defined by everybody else. And like, so you'd never do what anybody else does. No. So your interests are also defined by what everybody else is into. And that's when they realize they're basic too. So they start admitting all this basic shit about them. And one of them goes, my favorite position is missionary. And they all go, mine too. And he goes, of course it is. Who's trying to do all that extra work in the bedroom?
So the password was missionary. Or as the Brits call it, missionary.
Missionary. The fat lady, she's gone.
We got any new comments before we move on?
Bill Jensen said bye, much love Doyen. Monarch Rescue said, have you ever seen a UFO? I have not, and Nitro does not believe in that stuff.
Oh, no.
He doesn't believe in what he hasn't
aliens
proved.
Could be here. I just don't think we have enough evidence to say that they for sure have. But see, aliens, there's nothing supernatural about aliens. So I have no problem believing we could find evidence for that.
He chooses to say fully that he believes in something when he's seen the evidence. Monarch Rescue also said YouTube search flying witch. I'm a witch. I'm Wiccan. And Bill Jensen said, have you been to Wyoming? I have not.
I think I've been through Wyoming, but I haven't been to Wyoming.
You've gotten a lot farther out than I have, though.
I've lived in like 7 different states.
The only time I've been past Arkansas was when we were kids and we lived in Washington.
Fun fact, we went through Vegas on our way to Washington.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did we go through on our way back?
I believe so. And you know who's from Vegas? Ouija fucking Mac.
Fuck yeah. Where were we when y'all said that I pointed out the window and said, Mommy, I died there?
Mounds.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was like 3 blocks down from the house we were living in.
Didn't you say it freaked y'all out?
It freaked Mom out.
Yeah, apparently how old was I?
Like 2, 3?
Apparently when I was like 2 or 3, we were driving through town and I pointed out the window and went, Mommy, I died there.
But this has nothing to do with tonight's game. We're here
Let's
to make
get
content.
back on track,
Let's make some
folks.
fucking content. So after the sorting, I believe is when the Undergust twins approached you guys, and y'all were just straight dicks. They were super excited to have you in their house, and y'all were assholes.
I like to
them.
believe that I patched things up over that next month.
They became friends with you, as I had planned, but
I told Wilbur that. He didn't believe me. Yeah, I was an asshole to a lot of people at first.
oh yeah.
I was. But I was trying to stay true to the character. I had made her to be an emo bitch, and that's what I was playing her to be. But after I spent that month becoming, developing friend-like feelings for the group, that shit that one bitch pulled did not fly.
Oh yeah.
And she really got to see what kind of bitch I could be.
We'll get there.
So, we met them, and they brought us out to the Scuppers field so we could have some...
We're not there yet. That was after all your classes the next day. We haven't got to any of the classes
That's
yet.
right. Okay, so we met them.
One thing you noticed, though, before that next day started, after you got up to the common room, where you met the Noble Knight, was the tables in your common room had a unique ability.
Yeah, we were sitting down to the feast in the Great Hall, and we noticed some of the people from our house leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought that was kind of weird.
Like without eating.
Yeah, so we followed them, and they went to the common room. And, you know, we sat... I think it was the twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we sat down at this table in the common room with them, and they showed us that if you wrote what you wanted on the table with your wand, it would appear, because they had this arrangement with the kitchen. The sentient kitchen.
A literal kitchen, not kitchen staff.
We have only 2 viewers in right now. Y'all drop a comment so we know who you are.
Much love to everyone that's in here.
Roll call
Sorry
in the
it's so
comments.
late, y'all.
So, I think, yeah, because I got a T-bone steak and a twice-baked potato and shit.
Lou, as soon as he saw what it could do, he grabs his wand and he goes, Nick Rib, please? And it didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, so like, well, maybe it's called something different. And Brennan goes, try Rib Deluxe. And so they write that, and it comes up with like a rack of ribs on Texas toast with scalloped potatoes, and Lou goes, I throw it. That's not what I want. Can't have the bones in it.
What the fuck? I would have ate that shit.
He ended up
Wholeheartedly.
having to, because the next time someone put it in order, they sent back a message. We don't love that there's food on the floor. Please tell your friend to eat his food.
He had to eat it off the floor. I gotta watch this shit now that I've played it.
Unfortunately, unless you subscribe, become a member of the Dropout channel, you'll only be able to watch the first episode.
Aw, that's depressing.
And it cuts before they even get to the school.
Are you serious?
You remember when you guys had that argument during the shopping episode with the trio?
Yeah.
That's where it ends.
Are you
First
fucking
episode.
serious?
Yeah.
That's depressing.
However,
Come on, Dropout. Get
Brennan
your
did
shit
some
together.
Way cooler shit than Nexus did. Nexus did real cool shit. I'm not downplaying anything he did. It was badass. He did a lot of real cool shit that Brennan never thought to do. But like during that whole fucking scuffle outside of the shops and shit, Brennan's version of Evans sent Big B onto a stranded island in the middle of the ocean with his wand because Big B called him an evil wizard, which is why Lou told him to go chill on an island. And then there's a part during the tournament where Sam trapped him in a big bubble so he couldn't do shit, and he goes, "Hey, island boy, my homegirl just glended your ass."
Dude. Oh, it's okay. So I can tell we did a lot of shit intensely different from the original group because of the looks you gave at the table when we said what we wanted to do. You were like, oh, okay.
Fun fact, all the exposition they got about Filtrum was supposed to come from Fergus.
Really?
All that info was supposed to come from Fergus, but nobody was talking to him, so I had to get it across.
Well, okay, so where the food? We just did the food.
Yeah, we just did the food, so I think after that y'all just went to bed.
We went to bed for the night.
Uh-huh.
Woke up. I know I went and ordered a pumpkin spice coffee from the table.
What'd you get?
I got a cup of coffee and a pumpkin. So I was like, you know what? And I scratched some of the outer part of the pumpkin off into the coffee. I was like, it'll do for now.
You had to chew a few drinks.
Yeah, so I sipped my coffee with a cigarette outside the window.
Who was waiting to meet you guys?
The head of the house. The head professor
Dr.
or whatever.
Boodle.
Dr. Boodle.
As my notes have him described, a totally normal looking guy.
He's pretty chill. I really liked. We became good buddies.
There was only really 3 faculty members that you guys didn't hate.
Right. He gives us our schedule. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, so I'm not seeing any kind of like algebra.
Right. She's seeing shit like applied vacations and potions and nature and
magical history.
Yeah, but they don't have like science, English, or math.
So I'm like, I'm not seeing any kind of like algebra or calculus or anything on here. And he goes, what's that? I'm like, math. And what did he say?
I don't remember. I know at one point someone said, what's 2 + 2? And he goes, 4. They're like, how do you know that? My mom told me. How does she know? Her mom told her. How does she know? Her mom told her.
I was like, what's the square root of pi? And he goes, pies don't have roots.
And roots aren't square.
And Evan goes, actually, if you put any kind of ginger in a pie, it's got a root in it.
He looks at Evan, he goes, I like you.
Like, we had, 10 minutes of us just going to town with this dude of how they don't have any kind of real world skills.
Who was it that asked him about the bathroom?
Me!
Go into that.
I was like, okay, what's the bathroom situation? He goes, the what? Like, where do you piss and shit?
He's, oh, you just magic it away. And I think that's around the time you saw another kid in the house over in the corner shitting in the floor. And then he just...
And I was like, how do you bathe? And he goes, magic. So me and Sam, which was newbie,
Nobody stunk.
we decided to go on a quest. And we made sure that we put bathrooms in that bitch.
One bathroom.
We put a bathroom in the fucking house door.
Your common room.
Yes.
You're the only house with a bathroom.
We worked all year on that shit.
Fun fact, another one, since we're on the subject of the bathrooms. In Abria's game, Evan, right off the bat, the only reason he agreed to go to the school was to get his shadow removed. That was his whole thing. He wanted it gone. Right? Because of all the problems that had been causing him. And so he's talking to Nurse Stitchnet about, handling that, and if it was even a possibility. And they're like, yeah, we can take, that's no problem. You'll be non-magical again. He's so excited. And then the nurse had to break the news to him that means that you'll have to leave. And he's like, this is a scene that I was really hoping for and we never got, because when I was watching this scene, I almost cried. Like, he's sitting there and he's like, it all goes away. And he goes, that's perfect. I just want it all to go away, and then I can just come back and hang out with, and he starts, he's like, no. It goes away. You go home. And he just goes, I don't have that. Why is that necessary? And he goes, you see that young man over there? Pointing at Pendrew. He goes, his friends did that for fun. People die here. Magic undoes a lot of that. And he's like, it's fine. I'm in danger. I've been in danger before. It's fine. I can get a job here. I can do something. It broke my fucking heart. And he gets that and he's like, you'll be sent home. Your memory's going to be wiped. You're not going to remember none of this shit. And after hearing all this and thinking about his friends, he goes, I'd like the treatment. So he's like, I saw my friends do this. I heard her sing. I saw all this amazing shit they can do. Nothing is worth endangering any of that. And he was going to give up his shit so that they wouldn't be in danger, until he found out that also meant they would get kicked out.
Wait, they would have gotten kicked out if he lost his shadow?
Were you not at the table? If any one of y'all quits or gets expelled,
yeah, that's
everyone's
right.
put out.
Because of that fucking bitch. So where were we?
I don't remember.
Oh,
You got your schedules. You were talking about them. let's go ahead and jump to potions class.
Yeah, we went to potions class and went in, and teacher's like, okay, you're making this. The teacher was a cauldron. The teacher was a fucking cauldron.
I gotta interrupt one more time. Erica goes, we essentially have a nuclear warhead in our pockets, talking about their wads.
Mm-hmm.
And the professor goes, what's a nuclear warhead? And Brennan goes, you gotta know what nukes are. You gotta know what nukes are. You gotta know.
You do Brennan's
She's
tone
like,
so perfectly.
that's not true. And he's like, I understand you like magic here, okay? But there are things in the muggle world.
Like how they didn't know about the fucking wars? Talking to Dr. Boodle, and I was like, what about history? And he's like, we have history of magic. I'm like, no, actual history.
No, they're arguing with the professor, and Lou goes, all right, y'all, hold on. We're fighting a big black pot.
So, we're in potions class, and the cauldron of a teacher, literally,
A living cauldron. Kind of like the living kitchen.
instead of giving us instructions, is like, okay, you're making this potion,
Here's
these
a
are the
list of
ingredients, do it.
You know, like real school.
And we're sitting here, we're like, the fuck?
Like they have no clue even how to begin.
And that fucking trio of
Something
assholes.
we forgot to mention, they threw you right in the 6th year classes.
That trio of fucking assholes was sitting over there laughing at us.
Mhm.
Well, this one girl from our house comes over there to help us. And we get it done in like minutes.
Oh yeah.
So, look
I'm gonna
over.
go around the corner and take a leak. I'll be
Alright.
right back. You continue.
While that trio was fucking with us, the one bitch, Tallulah goes, trying to make fun of us. So after we get it finished, they're sitting over there. They're struggling. So I looked at her. Their house's mascot is an eagle. So I looked over and I went, had Nitro fucking rolling. Oh shit. So because we were done, we just got to leave. So we kind of just got to hang out until our next class. What did we do between the classes? I don't remember. We were gonna go outside and explore the grounds, but we got interrupted.
I don't think you got her name, but you met Professor Frunthwinkle, the Oprah-looking bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She has her natural ability is euphoric presence.
Oh, the one who smelled like eucalyptus?
Mm-hmm. The one that touched you and made all your worries go away.
Yeah, what happened with her? I don't remember exactly that scene.
She just come up and was like talking, chatting, getting to know you guys, and then walked away.
Yeah. And then we had to go to the next class.
Which was applied evocation.
Yeah, we had to do the duels.
And why don't you introduce us to your professor for that one?
I don't fucking remember.
4 guys in cloaks showed up and had to summon your teacher.
Oh, yeah, it was a ghost. Who was the ghost?
Professor Criggle.
No, he had us do duels.
Mhm.
I think Greenie dueled with...
Axelby.
Yeah. I dueled with Nexus.
Yeah.
And
then-
Wilbur dueled with Newbie.
Yep.
So, Newbie and Wilbur went
It was
first.
disarm only rules.
Yeah. Them two went first, and then me and Nexus went, and then Greenie and the Draco kid went. What happened after duels class?
Oh, we missed something in that class
Huh.
before the teacher even showed up.
We went in there, and one of the students was on fire because the kid who was basically Draco Malfoy set his friend on fire for a joke.
Which poor Atticus did not appreciate.
No. Fucking Greenie tried to help him. He put his hand in there and tried to pull him out and got sucked in. And I approached the Draco kid. I was going to try and convince him to shut it down.
Uh-huh.
But then Wilbur stepped in. Or was it Nexus?
No, it was Wilbur.
It was Wilbur?
Yep.
Wilbur stepped in and shut it down.
Because he became good friends with Atticus
Yeah.
after that. Because he walked into the nurse's office.
And I think in the duels, I disarmed Nexus. Greenie disarmed.
You Acio'd his shit.
I did. Greenie disarmed Draco.
Mm-hmm.
Who won in Wilbur and
I
Newbie?
think Wilbur did.
Was it Wilbur?
I think so. I could be wrong, but I think it was. We did a lot today.
We did. What happened next?
After Applied Vacations, it was... I think that was the only 2 classes we really did.
Yeah, I think we
I
skipped.
think after that we went straight to the Scuppers field.
Yeah, we skipped to the end of the day and we went and did the Scuppers game with the twins
The skirmish.
for fun.
Skirmish, yeah.
And it was Coggle, me and Greenie versus Nexus, Wilbur, and Newbie.
Uh-huh.
And Hoggle was refereeing.
Yep.
And that's where I found out what my ability was.
Yep.
Because, we were using magic. Yeah. And I still was trying to be nice. So, like, Newbie got knocked off his broom.
Her broom.
Her broom.
He was playing a female.
And it started falling, and I was like, no, I don't want him to die. Next. But, we were using magic to block each other and fuck with each other and shit.
There was a part in there where Greenie sealed one of the goals, and so Nexus grabbed him off his broom and slammed him into it, trying to open it back up.
Which worked. It didn't break his concentration on it.
Smashed his face the fuck up.
Right.
He had to waste his
Healing
healing
potion.
potion from potions class that y'all made.
When Newbie started falling, I used the net. With the confusion and the slight fear, it started clouding up outside.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I realized, there was something between that. So I did the idea roll, and that's when I put it together. So I got an idea, and in order to fuck with their game, I flew up to one of the towers with my broom and concentrated on hatred and anger and made it fucking thunder and lightning storm.
Which did cause Sam to miss a shot.
Yep.
So it worked.
I did something
So-
else with that.
Tornadoes.
I grabbed one of the balls with the tornado and launched it into a goal.
So by the end of the skirmish,
Launched it at the goal. It got blocked.
yeah, Wilbur's team had won 10-0, and so the twins, who are the captains of the team at this point, were like, "Yeah, we just want you 3."
Yeah. So they got offered spots on the team, and then we went to the actual
Yeah,
game.
we jump
cut to
cut.
the actual game where me and Greenie were in the stands watching them play, and that's where the shit started picking up because
Mind you, at this point, they had been enrolled in this school for about a month now.
so we're watching our friends play this game, and I see
Whitney was kicking ass.
he was. I see Tallulah, whatever the fuck her name is, Hermione.
Evil Hermione.
Using her wand, and so I watch her, and she blasts this lethal spell towards Nexus.
Yep.
So I tried to interfere, but I was a little too late. I stroked lightning down at her wand and knocked it out of her hand, but it had already shot off the blast. Which before that, I had my my familiar, my little chipmunk, take my phone and hide between the feet of the people in
So
the
she could
stands,
get good footage.
recording the game for Newbie, because
Yeah, for Sam's channel.
yeah. So, luckily Nexus saw it in time to fucking dive away from it.
Yeah.
He kind of just
He just
dropped.
dropped.
And then the headmistress canceled the game because of the lethal shot being fired.
Fun fact, y'all were supposed to lose that first game.
We won. But I was fucking pissed because this bitch tried to kill one of my friends.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm just gonna say it. She straight went transporter on this bitch.
fucking stormed following this bitch. Like, I don't give a fuck who sees me. If she sees me, I don't give a fuck. stormed up behind her, and she was trying to sneak off. I was like, "Hey, bitch!" And she spun around. She's like, "What?" So I air blasted her ass up against a wall, cracked her fucking nose with my fucking head, and then grabbed her by the hair and drug her bitch ass back to the field to the fucking headmistress and threw her down.
How'd that go?
Oh, the headmistress was a bitch.
Yeah, you really don't like her.
I don't.
Boudica.
Boudica. She was like, "This is barbaric. Not allowed. Da 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 da." And I was like, "This bitch tried to kill my friend." So I tried to show her the footage, and she watched it and then tried to and fucking broke my phone to destroy the evidence, which was a little suspicious to me. So Wilbur come up.
Look at them, don't look at me.
And picked up on what was, caught up on what was going on. And, so she leaves with the other bitch vanishes. And Wilbur repaired my phone. By this point, our wands had fully developed. Why don't you explain the wand thing?
So basically, the more magic you cast, the more the wand changes until it takes a full form based on what's inside the person. Now, you were the only one that it didn't really match.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to know the reason why now?
Yes.
Kids are sorted into houses normally at 11 years old, based on their traits. This school fully believes that the person you are at 11 years old is the person you're meant to be for the rest of your life. At 11 years old, Karen was dressing in pink and playing with Barbies.
Okay, that makes more sense. So that's why I got a fucking chipmunk and a pink
You
rainbow
were into
wand
Disney
spitting out
princesses at that
fucking
age.
confetti and shit.
So,
I fucked some shit up with
her
that Disney
one ended
princess
up
power.
being like solid pink and covered in glitter with like confetti coming off the end of it. Sam's was chrome with camera lenses and microphones on it because of her social media influence shit.
Apparently she started young.
Mm-hmm. How do you think she's got 50,000 followers?
Right?
Evans was like fucking gristly bone and real twisted looking.
With black aura magic.
Greenies was like green and bamboo plant-based shit because he's into herbology. The only one that didn't take full form was Wilbur's.
Because he
And
never showed his fucking magic.
I know what his is supposed to look like. I can't narrate it until it happens.
Even now?
Even now, because you guys have made it very clear you do want an episode 2.
Yes. Yes, please.
So it was a good game?
Absolutely.
Very different.
I'm very excited. I want to do some more character development with Kay. We didn't do much with her.
Well, no, we had to clear our fucking month and a half of time. In like 8 hours.
Yeah. So, what?
Actually, we killed about 4 months of time because we ended it right before Christmas break. So, you cleared half the school year in a single 8-hour session. So we kind of had to gloss over a lot of shit.
Why did we bring up the wands?
I don't know, you were talking about them.
Oh, that's why we brought up the wands. Sam's phone. Or wand.
Yes.
After Wilbur repaired my phone, Newbie used the camera on his wand to record the video off of
Basically
it.
copy paste the footage.
That way we would have the evidence. And I had Theo, my little chipmunk, hide my phone for safekeeping. And we went straight to Dr. Boodle. Dr. Boodle, and told him what was going on. And that's when we found out that we are competing in this tournament in like a week. And
yeah, you were supposed to find out about that in Bibblesbog the day of. That's how it went in their game. Brennan made a comment. He goes, we can make paper airplanes that fly wherever you want with messages, and no one thought to drop one by the Chimeran Common. Hey, lethal tournament alert! That could have happened yesterday, and we'd have twice as much warning.
Right. Why don't you explain what Dr. Boodle said?
basically, the pilot program, which was the first round of foreign exchange students,
Which was us.
which basically they're trying to spread magic to the rest of the world because anyone can learn magic. The only difference between a wizard and a non-magical person is that born wizards have an innate ability. That's the only difference.
But we were born with our innate abilities, right?
Yes, technically you are all birth wizards
We just didn't know it.
because you came from Muggle families.
Who didn't know that they had any magical bloodline.
Mm-hmm. So, basically, the idea is we're going to get a handful of kids that know nothing about this, bring them in, and see if the rest of the world is ready to handle this kind of power so we can push it to the masses and help out. We can end wars, we can help with medicine, we can do a
Then
bunch
they
of
don't
shit.
know about wars!
Some of them do, like Ultram does. And Stitchnet does because he's got a Muggle family, you know? But a lot of them don't because they're like trapped in this
Right.
one fucking piece of the world. But basically, that was the idea. And Filtrum, who was outvoted in not wanting to do it because she's a prejudiced bitch,
She's one of those stuck-up superior
decided,
race bitches.
okay, here's what I'll do. I'll handpick the 5, pick the ones I think will do the shittiest job, and when they fail, they'll decide, let's just keep it secret.
So she picked
She picked you guys
an orphan
thinking you were
foster
gonna fail.
kid who has horrible luck everywhere he goes.
Mhm.
An emo bitch who gets into arguments
A
online.
drug dealer that's not very ambitious.
A bimbo whose only real contribution, it seemed, was social media.
And a kid that only cared about sports.
Yeah. Assuming we wouldn't work well together. Or
I was watching the
be any
behind the
good.
scenes of them getting this campaign together, and Abria straight said the idea was, what if we took the worst possible people to fit in Hogwarts and put them there?
Oh shit.
She was not expecting you guys to ace that shit.
Right. So
So anyway, Boodle's telling them all this, and they're like, you were selected to be the competing team for Chimeron House in this tournament that's coming up that happens every 4 years around homecoming time, right? And there's 3 challenges in it, and basically they're supposed to fail and be kicked out. That was the plan.
he didn't realize that until
Yeah,
we brought
because
him
he
this
thought
evidence.
you guys were aware that all this was going on.
Yeah, he's
It
like,
wasn't until y'all were like, what tournament, that he was like, and I think actually Wilbur said something like a Scuppers tournament,
yeah,
and he was like, nobody told you.
and we're like, we just kind of got thrown into everything, and that's
Oh, he
when
was
he,
pissed.
that's when he realized we hadn't been taught with the first years like we were supposed to, and he goes, "Are you fucking serious?" So and
Yeah,
then
y'all were supposed to be enrolled in first year classes.
so we started talking about how we needed to train and shit, and he told us the tournament was in a week. I was like, "So you're telling us we have 5 days to learn 5 years worth of magic?" And he's like, "Basically."
So he basically gave you guys a GED
Hmm.
in magic.
So him and the nurse,
Who was the other person highly advocating for the program.
which was basically a hot pink Hagrid, they trained with us every fucking night for a week to get us where we needed to be for that tournament, or as close as they
Because
could.
they believed in you, unlike Filtrum.
And we soared through that bitch.
Oh my god. Y'all, I'm telling you, you want to know how long it took them to complete that tournament? 3 hours real time. It took y'all a half hour.
Damn. Yeah, we got through the first 2 in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The longest part was the chase.
Longest part for them was the chase, but there is a big distinction between the two. You guys took Tallulah out very early on.
Oh yeah.
They didn't, and so Tallulah casted a lethal spell on the dragon, and the dragon was dying. And in order to stop the dragon from it, because Blue was Whitney was the captain of that team too, and they had started talking to the dragon. They found out its name. They found out she worked at the bank. You know, she was like a person, just a dragon. And Lou sees her dying, and he's like, "Man, why'd I have to learn its name? Once it's got a name, it's got a nickname in my head. A-Town. Once you got a nickname, you're a part of the team." And he took on some of the damage to keep her alive.
Wilbur could do that?
All of y'all could have.
Really?
But it didn't happen because you took out the one that cast
We
that
can
spell.
take damage from others?
Not all the time. It's just a part of that spell.
Mm. But it was pretty cool. Like, we trained with them, and then we formulated a plan. So we did this trip to this town, which was basically Hogsmeade from Harry Potter.
Bibble's Bog. Do you want to tell them why it's called that?
I don't. I really don't. It's fucked up.
So, you guys ready to hear how fucked British people are? So this town used to have a different name. And then at one point, this dude named Bibble comes in with his people talking about colonizing the area that's run by druids. And they were like, no. And they drowned his bitch ass in the bog and thought it was so funny that they named the town after it. And now every year they have a festival where they eat black pudding with little gingerbread men drowning in it and sing songs. And that's where that out of the context Brennan line from the other day came from. Because he says muggle, and
It
everyone
made so much sense earlier.
at the bar was like, oh my god, you know. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did we ruin your dead guy in the bog ceremony with our impropriety? You all got a little corpse in your pudding. Think about it.
Oh, so basically what happened was we were going to liquor up one of the members of the other trio, which was the Ron character, Fergus.
Fun fact, he ended up dating Sam in Bria's group.
Well, in this one, Sam was gay.
Yeah.
So when we went in there, he was sitting with this girl. So me and Sam were going to be the ones to, you know, Sam was gay, but she was going to help me flirt with him. Well, we ended up going a different direction. Sam went over and picked up the chick and took her with her. And then I grabbed some drinks and
Doing our own flirting.
I got Fergus drunk and got him to spill everything he could about...
Do you remember any of that?
Basically, Philtrum was wanting us to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Was basically riding the Gryffindor group's ass about how they have to beat us, we have to leave, da-da-da-da-da, by any means necessary.
If you remember, in Verdict Alley, she's mentioned something about a couple of students that she had to advise you guys on your shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Beforehand, she had told them, look, you need to get them to want to quit.
Yep.
That was their entire mission from day one.
And he was like, look, I'm sorry about Tallulah, you know, she wasn't supposed to attack your friend like that. We were just supposed to be mean to you guys until you wanted to leave. She wasn't supposed to get all murdery.
I think Fergus was the only redeemable character out of the trio.
I was like, it's okay, I took care of her. You know, I was proud of that shit.
Alright, so what happened at the tournament?
Who
was hosting the tournament?
Chris Angel. Like, fucking Dr. Boodle told us, you know, one of our most famous alumni, great student, will be hosting. His name's Christopher Angel, and my character busts out fucking laughing.
It was even better when I passed out the flyer.
Yeah.
I pass it out, Nexus goes, is that fucking Chris Angel? Yes, the mind freak went to Galpenny. How great is that?
Oh, it's fucking great.
You got to meet Chris Angel.
You did. Don't get to say that every day.
Right.
So,
First challenge.
the first challenge was Transfiguration.
I call it the Cinderella challenge.
Yeah, it was basically, we were the fairy godmothers, turning a pumpkin into a carriage, a potato into a horse, and a group of mice into a man.
Mm-hmm.
And I took the pumpkin. Wilbur.
Fun fact, Erica got a critical success on the transfiguration roll, and Abria let her narrate what happened, and the pumpkin didn't turn into a carriage. It turned into a whole ass Tesla.
Oh shit.
She's like, I don't know where the mice got lithium, but
But so I did the pumpkin, Wilbur did the mice, and Newbie did the potato. And immediately we won that challenge because we were the first ones done within seconds. So then we moved on to the
y'all
second
had some spectacular rolls on that.
Oh yeah. And then we went to the second challenge.
Which was
Oh fuck. The duels.
Mhm.
Um
Only this time it wasn't disarm only.
No. Because we had to have a team captain,
Mhm.
and we've all voted for Wilbur.
Because the team captain assigns who does what.
Yeah. So, and then he
They said pick your 2 strongest fighters.
And originally it was going to be me and Nexus. But because we were going against Tallulah and Big B at first.
Mhm.
And I wanted to kill Tallulah. And because in my character's opinion, she tried to kill Evan.
Mm-hmm.
Beating her up wasn't good enough. I needed to try to kill her too to make it even. So, and Wilbur was talking to me. We were talking in character. So, Whitney is like, "Are you sure you can do this?" And I was like, she'll be fucking dead. Let me fucking do this." And he's like, "Here's the thing. We know how strong you are. We do not know how strong she is. I'm not risking you
and she's
dying."
been going to this school for 6 years.
Yeah, he's like, "I've seen what you can do. I need you next challenge. I'm not risking you dying. I will take that risk." So it ended up being
Just saying, his ability is called team player.
So it ended up being Nexus and Wilbur that went in the duels, and they did fucking fantastic.
Oh, you know what we did miss, Al?
The snake.
Oh, I never brought that in, did I?
Nope.
I wasn't talking about that.
What?
I was talking about for the recap, but goddamn. We'll retcon that in next time we start up. The visual that the tethered got while tethered to Whitney.
You do it.
So every time Whitney used his team player ability, basically what it is he would compliment someone. They had to be quote unquote on his team, meaning he had to consider them a close enough friend to be a team member. And once he decided that, if he gave them some words of encouragement, he could spend his luck score, this is normally not allowed, to influence their roles.
It reminded me a lot of Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, but every time he did that, he'd get advantage on his next roll. But when he did that, this magical tether would appear between him and whoever he was helping.
But
that
the only person
that
who could
person
see
could
it.
see. Even he couldn't see it.
Yeah. Because I remember when he did it to me and I noticed it, I asked you, "Is there a reason that only I can see it?" And you're like, "You'll find out."
Because you were the one tethered.
Yep. So then we went on. They decimated in the duels.
Oh yeah. So there was
They did.
one-on-ones for each house, and
Yeah. So
then a duo duel, if you will.
they did
A duel.
them, and then their duo duel was. Hang on. I'll be so glad. Their duo duel was against the Slytherin-ish house.
Yeah, Acrobus, because Monsanto and Hersenil had been eliminated during the first 2 rounds.
Yeah. So they went against
Axelby and Atticus.
Axelby, which was the Draco character, Nexus was at him, and Wilbur was with Atticus, which was the one he had become friends with, and he basically talked him down.
He's like, "Look, dude, I don't want to hurt you."
He's like, "Just let me disarm you, you know."
And which he didn't even have to, because he was just like, "I trust you, white flag."
Yeah. So we moved on to the final challenge, which was the chase, and the last team to go against us was the Ravenclaw-ish team.
Monsanto.
Yeah.
And what was what did you have to do for that?
Our captain had to chase a dragon and get a specific scale off of the dragon, and the rest of us had to keep the other team from hindering him. And so everybody was laying traps and shit, and I was like, don't need them. I called a fucking tornado,
Oh my god.
scooped them all up, and then zapped lightning into the fucking thing.
This is why the final challenge only took like 10 minutes.
Because,
And that was with us taking our time to plan our actions.
so like, all they had to do was sit back while Wilbur got the fucking scale from the dragon, because the other team was. I was so fucking proud.
That's why I said you didn't have to worry about a lot of shit, because Tallulah got taken out early. They're like, what, during the second challenge?
Mm-hmm. Immediately in the second challenge.
Yeah, she got blew the fuck back, didn't she? Right into the announcer's table.
That was after Wilbur sucked all of her fucking reproductive organs out of her.
Oh, we forgot. He straight made all her shit fall out of her cooter.
I was like, did he really just give her a magical hysterectomy?
She was bleeding to death there for a minute.
Yeah.
They had to rush her to the nurse's office.
Oh, it was fucking great.
It was great. It was great.
But yeah, we won.
So you won that. And something happened right after.
Sam jumped up with her wand and was like, attention! Attention, Ministry of Magic, Board of Directors, everybody, pay the fuck attention.
Chris Angel.
We have an announcement, and immediately showed the footage and discussed and told what happened with the headmistress, and she tried to take off and got arrested.
Well, she didn't get arrested. They
Well, she got
grabbed her.
snatched.
Yeah, and they put her on unpaid administrative leave indefinitely. And who got to take over temporarily?
Dr. Boodle!
We love Dr. B. He's great. He's like Remus Lupin.
He is. He's fucking incredible.
So that's where we left it, right?
Yep.
Any unanswered questions you have before we wrap up?
No.
No? Everything pretty close-ended?
Yep.
Tied up all loose ends?
Aside from the snake.
Had a lot going on.
I know. I can't wait till we can do it again, though. I want to do the next part.
So we had fun?
Oh, hells
Good
yeah.
adventure?
Hells yeah. Next time, I totally want to do more with my character, though. I'm used to doing stuff with my
We
character.
have a lot more episodes to go with next time, too. It'll be a few more sessions.
Awesome. I'm used to doing more stuff developmentally with my characters. So
Yeah, we didn't have time to really do it with them. It was a 4-session thing, but it only turned out being like 8 hours worth of gameplay. So you really didn't have that much time to do a whole lot of shit.
Right.
This next one is like 11 episodes for them.
Right.
So we'll have a lot more time to do a lot more shit.
But see, I do like that I got to show the loyalty aspect and how easy it is to push her over the edge when it comes to her friends.
Which is funny, because what was one of the characteristics that was labeled to be part of Chimeron?
Loyal. It's very easy to push
Basically,
her over the edge when you fuck
What
with
they
her
do
friends.
is they put all the really heroic kids in Hersenel, all the really dark, evil wannabe kids in Acrobus, all the really, really smart kids in Masanto, and then everyone else gets put in a Chimera.
Which I'm honestly surprised that they didn't just automatically shove Nexus's character into the
if
evil
he would have
kid
stepped
category.
onto that plinth, they would have.
If he would have been the one to go up to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because everybody is automatically assuming he's evil. However, he went from having no friends or family to having a group of friends, a home, and a fucking fan club.
Fun fact, during their group, for the duels, with the people up in the stands with the signs and shit, Brennan walks up there, and it was what I was telling you about, when he was like, okay, so you've got like 90 seconds to concede, and all that shit. He goes, you see those guys up there, the wizard Nazis? They fucking love me, okay? They love my ass. I can't guarantee what's gonna happen to you. I can't promise your safety. He's like, oh, you're psyching me out. He goes, no, I'm not. This is the kindest thing I've ever done, okay? You've got about 30 seconds left to concede. If you're not gonna concede, what do you want me to tell your family? And I was like, how do you come back from that?
Right.
And he still raised his wand to fight, but he did it like this. He was scared. And Brennan sent him to hell. He opened a rift, sent him through hell, showed him his own funeral, all his family members crying, how the world is different after his death. His hair goes stark fucking white. He gets the bags under his eyes permanently.
So he turns
And then
into
Brennan
fucking.
rips him back, drops him on the ground, and goes, "For prestige? Seriously? People care about you." The kid snapped his wand and walked the fuck away.
So he Henry Bowers
They
him.
were like, Abria goes, "He will never cast another spell." He gave up magic after that.
Oh.
And Brennan goes,
dude.
"Good. It's a man who knows his priorities."
Damn.
This is fucking great.
Oh, well, I think that about wraps it up.
No more people in here?
One, but I don't know who. It keeps going from 0 to 1 to 0 to 1
People
to 0
probably
to 1.
just popping in and out,
Yeah.
seeing what's going on.
But
Anyway,
it is freezing. We have done covered everything. You got to get home, and I got to get to bed.
you gotta help me pack my shit.
Yep.
So, until next time, which I don't know when it'll be, but hopefully soon. I'm glad we could do it live again.
Right.
Can't do that back home because my internet sucks.
We need to get you out here more often.
So, if you guys have any ideas for other games we should play, movies I should turn into games like I did with our Halloween episode, throw it in the comments. Yeah, and before we go, I want to give a big shout out to Abria Iyengar and everyone at Dimension 20 for giving us this awesome adventure to play through.
Shout out to our players, Nexus, Greeny, Wilbur, Newbie. Shout out to Nitro for putting it all together for us and running it.
Shout out to Jade for being a sadistic bitch the whole game.
Oh, I can't
And-
wait to see how Tallulah treats me when we come back. She's gonna be fucking terrified.
Man. So, yeah, that wraps it up, right?
Yeah, I think that.
Till next time.
Whoop, whoop.
Hit it.